Hi, welcome back to class. Now let's learn how to cut out images. We'll be working with this family, and this family. You see these three families, one, two, three, they are all called the selection family. But inside of each of these families, we have different members. So we have, for this one, we have rectangular marquee 2, we have elliptical marquee 2, we have the single row marquee 2, single column. For this one also, we have lasso, we have polygonal, so that way. But let's get started with the first family, which is this. So rectangular marquee 2, the way rectangular marquee 2 works is this. It works like a rectangle. You just have to click and drag just the same way. So let's say we've clicked, this is what we want to select now. We want to select this place. So all you have to do is click and drag over wherever you want to select. So currently we've selected this nurse's eye. What this means is that whatever we want to do right now will only apply to these parts that we've selected. This is what I mean. If we decide to press delete key at this point, this is what is going to happen. It is going to delete that part that we've selected. If we decide that we want to use our brush tool to paint this way, it will only paint on that selected part. If you now go as well and say, okay, we want to adjust the image settings or whatever we have this way, it will only apply to that part that we've selected. Do you get it? So that is exactly what the whole selection family in general, that is what they do. But this particular one does it in a rectangular form. So the whole selection family, their goal is to select a part and make sure that whatever edit, whatever adjustment you want to make at that point applies to only that part that you've selected. But this rectangular marquee 2 does it in a way, it does it in a rectangular way this way, or of course in a square. Click and drag, then hold your shift, or in a square form. Do you get it? So that is how it works. But we also have some additional features, which is this. They are up here, which means we have this one. This is the normal one, which means new selection. We have this one, which means add to selection. We have this one, which means subtract from selection, and we have this one, which says intersect with selection. But let's explain these two first. So it is just like me entering into a class and saying that boy on blue. So the moment I say that boy on blue, it is equivalent to this function drawing over this eye. So this eye, this right eye, this eye that I've selected right now is the boy on blue. So whatever instruction I pass after that, after I've selected the boy on blue, whatever instruction I pass, let's say that boy on blue, delete. So what it means is that selection, that particular boy on blue that I selected, I said delete, and it will obey to that command. Just that boy on blue, not the whole class. But if I want maybe an extra person, so I'll come here and say add to selection. So it means apart from this boy on blue that I've currently selected, I also want that girl on pink, which is this place. I also want that girl on green. Do you get? So now I've selected the boy on blue, I've selected the girl on pink, I've selected the girl on green. So these are selections. This is what add to selection does. So I've selected this part first. So add to selection says, okay, wait, I'm not done selecting. I also want to select this part. I also want to select this part. So you can go on and on and on and on till you are done adding whatever you want to add to your selection. So after that, it is advisable that you return your mouse to this new selection. So whatever instruction you now pass, we pass to all the people that you've selected, all the parts that you've selected. So if I decide to press delete at this point, it will apply to all those parts I've selected. If I decide to use my brush tool, it will only apply to all those parts I've selected this way. Do you get it? But the shortcut for add to selection, so let's say we're on new selection, we're on the default, which is new selection. So if I decide to select these eyes, so the shortcut to add to selection, if you don't probably want to be going here every time, you can just hold your shift key. You can see you have the plus sign on your mouse already. This is me without holding the shift key, and this is me holding the shift key. So you can see that you have the plus sign already. So that what that means is that you can now draw, can now add to your selection till you remove your hand from your shift this way. Do you get it? So the other one we have here is subtract from selection. As the name implies, you want to remove from what you've selected. So let's say subtract from selection. So I can decide to say, okay, I've selected this boy on blue, I selected this girl on pink, and I've also selected this girl on green. But right now, I don't think I want this girl on pink anymore. So all I have to do is draw over this girl on pink that I've selected initially. So this one will remove that get on pin, it will remove that part that I've selected. Do you get it? All you have to do is click and draw over it. You don't have to worry about all these parts. You see, if I draw over this part that has no selection in the first place, nothing will happen. It's just like a wasted effort. Nothing will happen because this part originally was not even part of my selection. But this part that is part of my selection, if I draw over it, it will remove it from my selection. And that is simply how subtract from selection works. Do you get that? So let me return back to this. And of course, the shortcut for subtract from selection is Alt key. So if I want to remove just a little part of this selection, I'll just draw over that little part and say remove. So I'm currently holding my Alt key, and as you can see my minus sign on my mouse. There's a minus sign, so that is exactly how subtract from selection works. So let's move forward. So in this family, we also have the elliptical marquee tool. So the same thing with the rectangular marquee tool, the same thing, no difference. But like I said, the rectangular marquee tool does it in a way, in a rectangular form, in a square form. So same thing applies to this. This does it in a circular form or in an elliptical form. That is just it. So same thing, same add to selection, same subtract from selection, same setting. Then we have this one. This one's just select by a single line. In most cases you might have no reason to use this. In most cases you might have no reason to use this, and of course the border, the column. So let's go back to. So we have the polygonal. We have the lasso family. So inside the lasso family, we have the lasso tool, we have the polygonal lasso tool, and we have the magnetic lasso tool. So let's start with the lasso tool. So basically, the lasso tool is also for selecting, just like the rectangular and the elliptical. But this time, this one says, okay, I give you a free hand, do whatever you want to do. So like I said, the rectangular marquee tool does it in the rectangular and the square format. The same thing with the elliptical in an elliptical and a circular format. But with this lasso tool, this lasso gives you a total freedom. So draw whatever you want to draw, but just make sure that you go back to your starting point. That is just how it works. So same thing applies. The add to selection, subtract from selection, same thing. So this is always used for quick selection. Let's say you just want to quickly select this edged part like this. So your lasso tool is the best for this. So this is for quick selections that don't have to be perfect. Do you get it? So we also have in this family, we have the polygonal lasso tool. But before I explain the polygonal lasso tool, let's talk about the advancements we have in Photoshop, which is the AI that we have in it.
Thank you for joining today's class. I will see you in the next video.